Bring your soccer ball. Let me kick it with y'all on this Saturday, man. It's been a while since I made one of the videos, and it's been a lot on my mind, and I'm going through a lot, but at the same time, I like to share, growth and positivity and just talk about real stuff, man. And today, I want to talk about garbage, right? And when I say garbage, I want to give you an understanding of what I mean by saying garbage. Us as humans, as people, we carry around way too much garbage. Stuff that we need to drop off. That's why they got garbage, man. That's why they got trash cans. That's why they got trash bags. And the problem with us people is that we carry around this garbage. We get into altercations with people. We get into disagreements with people. And instead of just agreeing to disagree and letting it go, man, we hold on to that disagreement that we had. We hold on to the argument that we have with one another. We hold on to jealousy and envy of other people. And this is what's wrong with us as a people and why we can't get along. Because on top of our day-to-day extraneous activities that we got to do, we all got our own lives, we all got our own problems, we all got our own family, that we got to take care of. We already got a lot on us. But in the workforce, in the workplace, we go to work every day. We try to go there and try to get our job done the best way we can, and be professionals, and get it done to a point where we can keep the job. But the problem is, when you got disagreements and when you got people that's walking around that's mad at the world and just mad at people for the way things going or things not going right, and they don't know how to let that garbage go, then they go around and dumping their garbage on everybody else. Now, if you can't learn to control your life outside of work without bringing it to work, then that's something that you need to work on. I really try not to bring none of my problems from the outside into the workplace because you got to learn to separate the two. You can't be mad at somebody else or something else and come in and take it out on people who never did nothing to you. We go through arguments, we go through disagreements. We're going to do that. We're humans. But we start carrying around this garbage and all of this trash, man, that we want to dump off on other people because we can't just learn to let things go. We can't disagree with a person, and come back the next day and just forget about it, and move on with our day. Instead, we got to keep on playing it over and over in our mind and having whatever feelings we got towards this person just because we had a disagreement or don't get along, and then it starts escalating. And that's what it is about a forest fire. See, a forest fire is not dangerous until it starts spreading. It can start with a little bit of leaves. A little bit of leaves catch on fire. Then the wind start blowing. And then it turned into, it spread to a tree. Once it spread to a tree, it burned down the tree. Then it spread to the next tree. That's the same thing with disagreement and all this garbage that we carrying around every day. We carry around garbage and we dump it off on each other because we can't learn to control our emotions or our disagreements with other people. And a lot of people out here want you to bow down to them in it's their way or no way. And it's never going to work like that because nobody is right 100% of the time. Now, if you can't be adult, you can't be adult and admit when you're wrong and go to somebody and apologize, then you just gonna keep on carrying around that garbage. And I really gotta work on myself, because that's what I be talking about carrying around garbage, man. About getting mad at people. And I'm learning that once I let that garbage build up, it's just like the trash can in your house, man. Once it start building up and it get to the point where it's out of control, then it's gonna start overflowing. And when it get to a point where you gotta start bringing other people into it, then you starting to dump that garbage off on other people. Because we are grown. We should be able to talk and work things out. And if we disagree, we should be able to agree to disagree and just let it go. But people are so weak-minded and so emotionally diswrought that they got to bring other people and their lives into it. They don't know how to handle things as an adult. And I tell you, sometimes, man, it just gets so hard, and I see why God do the things that he do. I see why, he did the things that he did to his disciples and to everybody, here in the world, man. I see why God do what he do, man. I really do, man, because we are people, we cannot learn to get along with one another, man. I was just sitting here thinking this when I was in the house yesterday, man, and I was laying in my bed, and I said, I doubt if any people really think like this. And I was thinking about how God destroyed the earth, how he destroyed the earth with fire. And he had to repent because he made man. He destroyed the earth with water, And I was thinking, I was like, why do God got to keep killing us, man? Why do our Father in heaven got to keep repenting for making us? And then I sit around and I look at us, man, and me included, myself, man, and I look at the trash and the garbage that we carry around, the way we can't get along with one another, how we can't work things out and just live as human beings, on this earth, man. But instead, we got to go around killing each other, talking bad about each other, wishing the worst on each other, man. And when you start to see this stuff from the inside, it starts to irritate you because you no longer want to be a part of that. And I'm to that point in my life where I don't want to be around toxic people. I don't want to be around people who, just want to bring other people down and always got an attitude about themselves and can't never, learn how to get along with people, man. I'm to the point where I don't want to be around people like that, period. Because it irritates me. It irritates my spirit. It irritates me as a person. No matter what, we all got to understand that we are human and we all got feelings and we all got emotions, man. None of us are never always going to be 100% right. But the difference with that is that when you're wrong, just learn to admit when you're wrong. If you're wrong, there's nothing wrong with telling somebody, look, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I didn't know that this was supposed to go this way. Just tell a person that you're sorry. It will really eliminate a lot of turmoil and a lot of stuff that people got going on. But instead, you know what we do? We hold on to that garbage, man. We hold on to not forgiving a person. We hold on to something that happened 10, 20 years ago. We hold on to something that happened last week, 3 days ago, 2 hours ago. Stuff like that. We let that stuff build up in our heart. And the problem with that is when you let it build up in your heart, then it starts messing up your thinking. And then you start taking that out on other people who never did nothing to you, who don't deserve, your anger or the way that you treat them, man. Then that's one step into misery. When you start letting that stuff build up in your heart, you start to become a terrible person. Because you letting that stuff build up. And eventually, all that turmoil is going to take over. It's going to take over your heart. It's going to change your attitude. You're never going to be able to wake up and be happy. No matter what you do, no matter where you go, you're never going to be happy because you're miserable on the inside. And we got to deal with each other. We got to deal with people like this, man. Every day, especially in the workplace, man. And people just don't see that stuff you holding on to and that turmoil you holding on to is really making you miserable. It's making you a miserable person. And nobody is going to want to deal with you like that. I know I'm not going to deal with you at all. You know, but it's just sad that we can't see that the garbage that we walking around with is really weighing us down, man. It's really hurting us as a people. And that's why a lot of people cannot be happy. Because they can't learn to get past a disagreement that they had with a person. And the thing is, it might have started off small. It might have been something that could have been resolved real quickly if somebody just, you know, compromised a little bit and said, okay, look, I didn't see it from your way. You know, now that I look at it from a different way, you could be right. But when we don't do that, and we wanna say, well, it's my way or no way, or it's my way or the highway, or people are not gonna deal with you like that. We're not gonna be able to get along. And we're in a world where this world wants you to conform to their ways. This world wants you to be like them. And yes, I am gonna say people want you to be miserable with them. And they do. They do. And sometimes you got to do what's best for yourself, man. You got to get away from those people, or you're going to allow those people to push their misery off on you. You're going to allow those people to turn you. You ever heard the term, you only good as the company you keep? Or one bad apple spoils the whole tree? That is a real, true saying, man. That is really true. The company you keep, the people you be around with all that turmoil and all that stuff in their heart, and they just going around dumping their garbage off on other people, eventually it's going to start covering you. Eventually, that garbage is going to rub off on you. And you're going to start picking up on that misery. And that's why I separate myself from people like that. Now, do anybody got the right to tell me that I gotta deal with people like that? No, you don't got that right to tell me that. Because for one thing, you're not in control of my life. You don't tell me who I'm gonna deal with. I don't care what you say. I don't care who you are. Now, if you're gonna make me do something that I'm not gonna do, that's not gonna work, because either way, I'm gonna do it my way. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna let nobody push they misery or they garbage off on me. I'm not gonna let you get in and creep in my life and start pushing that garbage off on me and start trying to take over my heart. I'm not gonna allow that to happen. So you're gonna get this resistance from me. And that's what the Lord mean about my peace I give unto you, not as the world give you, because the world can't give you peace. You got a peace of mind. And a lot of times I get so frustrated and I got to wake up and I got to look around at all my many blessings. And I got to say, no matter what's going on, no matter what's happening, man, I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. And I got loved ones in my life. I got people in my life that care about me. You know, I got a roof over my head. I got food on my table. And I know God is always going to provide for me. So I'm blessed, man. So a lot of times I got to have these pep talks with myself and say, why is you letting this stuff get to you? Why is you letting these people get to you, man? But on the same token, I'm human, man. I'm human. And no matter how much you try to avoid toxic people or try to avoid confrontation with people, some people just love misery. They just love the arguing and the fussing, and they love to bring other people down, and that's what they thrive off of. That is what some people love to do, man. They love to dump their garbage off on other people. So what we got to do is we got to take out that garbage, man. No matter how much garbage people dump on you, man, or how much garbage that start building up in your heart, you got to be the one to take the trash out. We got to learn to dump that garbage off and just keep moving, man. And when it get to a point where it's threatening your peace of mind, then it's time to change the situation. It's time to get away from those people, because if you stay there, eventually it's going to get to you. Eventually they're going to make you like them. And I'm not going to let them make you like, I'm not going to let you make me like you. Because I'm not like you. I'm different. And that's the way it's going to be. And if I got to part ways with people for the rest of my life, then I will continue to part ways with people for the rest of my life. But when you start threatening my peace and my mind, and I gotta, no matter what I gotta go through, I gotta keep going through this with people because, you know, they miserable or they want everybody else to be like them, then I'm gonna do what I gotta do every time. But to everybody out there, man, that look at this video, man, start letting that garbage go. Start dropping it off, man. You had disagreements with people years ago. Y'all had, you know, some things that you've been through, things people that did to you. Forgive those people, man. You giving them people too much power over you. Now and every time you see them, you got to deal with a feeling that you got in your chest because you don't like that person. Because we not forgiving them, man. And forgiving a person don't always mean that you got to deal with them. You can forgive a person from your heart and don't deal with them. And that's what I do. I'm gonna forgive you. I'm gonna forgive you. And then I'm gonna separate myself from you. I'm gonna deal with you strictly for business, but other than that, you don't get that privilege to talk to me no more. You don't get that privilege to have a relationship with me no more. You just lost all those privileges. So I'm not gonna talk to you unless it's strictly business. Anything outside of that, I'm gonna walk away from you. That's how I'm doing everybody from this day forward. And I don't care who you are. I ain't no respecter of persons. And people want to push around their weight and their authority and all that, but I don't care about none of that. Because your authority don't have no authority over me. Only God. Only my Father in heaven. That's the only authority I respect. But if this message got to anybody out there, man, start letting that garbage go, man, because you're giving it too much power over you. You keep thinking about things people did to you in the past and how this person did this to you and all that, and you got to learn to forgive those people, man. You got to get rid of all that garbage in your heart, man, all that jealousy and envy and hating on other people and talking about other people. That's why you can't be around people who even talk like that. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to be around nobody that's talking about nobody else or wishing bad on nobody else, man. That should tell you something about that person. If somebody always talking bad or always looking for the worst to happen with somebody else, man, you got to get away from people like that, man, because they don't got no good in them. They don't want to see nobody else doing good, man. Listen to people when they talk, man, and you'll know how to separate yourself from the people with all that garbage on them. But I appreciate y'all bringing y'all soccer ball and letting the realest one kick it with you. Y'all have a good Saturday.